we've selected, they're all charged with what it takes to move FAMSA in a very positive direction. So I'm really looking forward to a very successful tenure with each and every one of you. Thank you all and welcome.
Thank you very much, Dennis. And then Woodley SC, you're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elsie Dube, and I'm from Zimbabwe. I would say the regional coordinator for the Southern Africa region. I would like to welcome you all, and I wish you a wonderful tenure as we take FAMSA to new heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Elsie and Ms. Dorothy. You can go ahead. Ms. Dorothy, our school chair.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dorothy Osanho from West Africa, Nigeria. I'm the standing committee chairperson of Health and Environment, FAMSA.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dorothy. Wahida, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Good evening from Tanzania. My name is Wahida Ali. I'm from State University of Zanzibar, and I serve as FAMSA Scoma chairperson. Thank you all, and congratulations to you all. Thank you. Over to you, Aisha.
Oh, thank you. Suresh, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, General Secretary. Good evening, everyone. I'm Curator Ikem Nyamado. I'm from the Association of Medical Students here in Togo, which is IRMPO, and I serve in FAMSA as the French translator for this tenor, and I'm very glad to have each and every one of you here on board. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I have next Mr. Odongo. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Aisha. Good evening, everyone. Greetings from East Africa. I'm Odong Shadrach, East African Regional Coordinator, and congratulations for your tenure. I just want to tell you one quote from JF Kennedy that is sweet and good to die empty. So please show your potentials. Don't go out of medical school with your potentials. Give everything, give your best, and may you shine and be prosperous. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Okay, thank you for the amazing advice, Ms. Teresa. You have the floor.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa Simpiku from Mozambique, and I'm serving as the chairperson for the Standing Committee on Professional Exchanges. Welcome and congratulations for everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. And then next we have Ms. Zainab Osama. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Aisha. Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm so glad to be here. My name is Zainab Osama, medical student from Sudan. I'm serving as the regional coordinator of Northern Africa.
Okay, thank you very much, Zainab. I think these are all the executive council members we have with us today. If I've missed any, please notify me. So now I would like okay, firstly I would like to announce before we start our sorry, Ashley. Ashley, sorry, I haven't seen you in the crowd of people we have here. Um, mm, where is okay? Yes, Ashley, please you can unmute.
Thank you so much, Miss Aisha. My name is Ashley Kamau. I'm currently serving as the chairperson for the Standing Committee of Publications. Congratulations to you all. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Ashley, our chairperson. And apologies, I missed you on the list of many names. I'm sorry for that. So before we move forward to our presentation proper, there are certain things I would like to share with us. Firstly, please, all mics would remain muted. And if you would like to unmute for any reason, you please raise up your hand and indicate, then you'll be allowed to speak. And then we have three presentations today. The first topic being Introduction to FAMSA by Muhammad Isa Jafar, our FAMSA president. Then Work Ethics in FAMSA by Bonaventure Machuka, our vice president. And then Time Management by Dr. Umar Dambuba. So during the presentation, please have your notes beside and note down your questions. And then Q&A sessions would be after the whole presentation. Thank you very much. So now I'll move forward to the first presentation we have by Muhammad Isa Jafar. So while Muhammad is preparing to start taking his presentation, I would like to say a few things about Muhammad. Muhammad Isa Jafar is a dedicated fourth-year medical student at the Federal University of Dusi. He stands out as the passionate advocate for public health and positive change. His commitment to service is evident through his various roles and engagements within both local, national, and international spheres. Locally in 2020, Muhammad served as a distinguished congressman representing medical students at the University Students' Representative Assembly. Simultaneously, he assumed the role of preliminary secretary, showcasing his multitasking capabilities and leadership acumen. Further attesting to his skills, Muhammad served as the secretary of the Independent School Electoral Committee in 2022 and took on the role of organizing officer in the same committee in 2023, demonstrating a consistent commitment to excellence, critical thinking, and unwavering integrity. On a national scale, Muhammad actively contributes to the Nigerian medical students. In 2020, he served as the local officer for Standing Committee on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including HIV and AIDS, which is CORA. Additionally, he held the position of secretary for the Standing Committee on Research Exchange. Internationally, Muhammad has left a lasting impact, serving as the program officer at the Standing Committee on Health and Environment, SCOHI, for the Federation of African Medical Student Association in both 2021 and 2022. In 2023, he ascended to the role of chairperson, a testament to his exceptional team building skills, unwavering commitment, and dedication to excellence. His outstanding contributions were recognized with the prestigious Outstanding Executive Council Member of the Year Award. Currently, Muhammad holds the position of the chairperson. Muhammad, the Chairperson, FAMSA Advisory Council, heading drafting over 10 policy statements represented at the 74th session of the WHO Afro meeting in Congo. Also pioneering and leading the development of some FAMSA internal working policies, external policies, and FAMSA strategic plan. Within the International Federation of Medical Student Association, Mohammed has actively participated in various programs, earning the distinction of becoming a certified IFMSA trainer. In this capacity, he takes on the responsibility of training fellow medical students in essential leadership and professional development skills. Mohammed's multifaceted involvement in contributions underscore his commitment to making meaningful impacts in the field of medicine and beyond. Today, Mohammed serves as the prestigious president of the Federation of African Medical Students Association. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mohammed Isa Jafar, our FAMSA president. Please, can I see clapping hands flying all around as we welcome him to take the stage and present to us what is FAMSA. Thank you very much, Mohammed.
Thank you so very much, Aisha, and what an honor to be here among leaders of public health in our dearest region, Africa. It's honestly so humbling to see that we are gathered here to discuss about the future of public health in Africa. I am very confident that you guys have the capacity and all that it takes to change the narrative and improve the healthcare system of Africa. It's definitely with a collective effort by everyone that we are going to achieve what we aim to achieve, what we intend to, what we advocate for. So without much ado, I would rush us to about FAMSA and to also share with you some very important things that I think are very vital to us in this tenure, because currently I am having a practical, so I was only given 10 minutes to make this presentation and get back to my practical, but I've already spent so much amount of time. So yes, I'll be so happy to be taking us through what FAMSA is about, the structure of FAMSA, and then also talk to you about what this tenure of FAMSA is going to look like, and then talk to us about a little bit of what chatting with FAMSA is going to give us as medical students. So going ahead, I would like to Yes, defining FAMSA. FAMSA stands for the Federation of African Medical Students Associations. In fact, this is a very common error that people make when pronouncing the association at the end of FAMSA. There is an S, so please do not make that mistake as you are joining FAMSA. This should be in your head, so please do not make this mistake. FAMSA stands for Federation of African Medical Students Associations. It's an independent, non-political federation of medical student associations in Africa. It was founded in 1968, 50 years ago, as a Nigerian, Ghanaian, and Ugandan initiative to foster the spirit of friendship and cooperation among medical students in Africa. FAMSA is a project-oriented medical students body. Its ambitions to become a strong network of medical students aware of global health issues and responsive to current questions facing the medical profession and global health. FAMSA has its mission to enhance medical education through series of programs and advocacies, promote the image of medical students all across Africa and beyond, and then also to try to facilitate professional connection and exchanges, because we believe we are one people in Africa. So connecting the dots and having to understand the other context of other parts of the country is something that FAMSA puts one of its missions to be. It also encourages research on health initiatives and supports member associations to improve health conditions in Africa through various platforms. Now, to talk to us a little bit about the structure of FAMSA, how FAMSA is organized. So FAMSA is organized as follows. In FAMSA, there is the executive council, those who are elected to, chair and guide the activities of FAMSA, which include the president, the vice president, or perhaps instead of calling it the president, the secretariat, because the president is elected together with the general secretary and the general treasurer. So the secretariat, which forms the president, which is formed by the president, the general secretary, and the general treasurer. And then also is the vice president is elected, who appoints his assistant general secretary. And then the standing committee chairs, the regional coordinators of each regional council, and then the headquarters administrator. So these individuals make up the executive council, who are in charge of making important decisions for FAMSA. The structure of FAMSA is, you should know, in the structure of FAMSA, there is the headquarters, a permanent headquarters at the University of Ibadan that has been guided by the University of Ibadan Medical Student Association, which is headed by the headquarters administrator, which serves as an archive to all activities of FAMSA. So after the headquarters, it's also important to note that who make up the members of FAMSA are Medical Student Association. For example, my Medical Student Association is Federal University Medical Student Association, which is a member of FAMSA. So members of FAMSA are constituted by Medical Student Association. So if your Medical Student Association is affiliated and is enrolled into FAMSA, it's automatic that your Medical Student Association is a member of FAMSA, and by default, all members of that MSA, Medical Student Association, are bona fide medical student members of FAMSA. So after the members of FAMSA, it should interest us to note that FAMSA have an annual General Assembly, which is the supreme decision-making body of the association, where elections are being held and other important decisions of the association is being made. And then aside from this structure of FAMSA that I have made mention of, it's also important to give a highlight on technical working groups. These are individuals that come together to form a working group to solve a particular issue that is relevant to our region in Africa. Examples of the technical working group that we have a technical working group on HIV and AIDS. We have a technical working group on pandemic preparedness and response. We have technical working group on One Health. We have a number of them, so I'll invite you to our website later after this session to have a more understanding of the structure of FAMSA and technical working groups there are. It's also very important at this juncture to introduce you to FAMSA Policy Advisory Council, which is abbreviated as PAC. Policy Advisory Council in FAMSA is responsible for guiding the association in developing internal and external policies that are going to guide and regulate the activities within the association, and then also have external policies that are going to inform other externals about what we stand to believe on certain topics. Say, for example, we have a policy on climate change, so it's our opinion, what we believe on climate change. There are other committees depending on the need. For example, in this administrative tenure, there is going to be a committee that is going to coordinate and head the implementation of a maiden capacity building academy that is going to be called Prof. Bala Audi Capacity Building Academy. The working committee are going to guide and coordinate the implementation of this maiden project. So that's to give you the picture of the structure of FAMSA. So now to give you a highlight on the programs that are being coordinated under standing committees, we have Standing Committee on Health and Environment, abbreviated as SCOHE, Standing Committee on Medical Education and Research, Standing Committee on Professional Exchange, Standing Committee on Publications, Standing Committee on Population Activities. Aside from the standing committees, there are regional councils. There is a regional coordinator for each of the sub-regions of FAMSA. There are sub-regions of Africa. There are 5 sub-regions in the region of Africa: the East Africa, the West Africa, South Africa, North Africa, and the Central Africa. So for each of the sub-region of FAMSA, there is a regional council, which is made up of members of that council. So now, after introducing to you and guiding you through the structure of FAMSA and what FAMSA is about, briefly, of course. So now let me give you a little bit of a picture on what this year's tenure is going to look like. So it will interest you to note that there is the novel FAMSA 3-year strategic plan, which is a roadmap to greatness, as I call it, that has been launched this year. So basically, the FAMSA 3-year strategic plan is kind of a roadmap and a guide to the association on where to do and where to put our resources and what to focus on going forward in the next 3 years, and then also set up some milestones and objectives that we can be able to measure as time goes by. And then after the 3 years, FAMSA community are going to come again to look at the progress made and then the situation and the context of Africa, what is the need and what is within the association that we can be able to modify another 3 years or 5 years strategic plan. And then the pillars, more of like what we are focusing on this 3-year strategic plan are visibility and awareness. We believe FAMSA can improve on its visibility, especially in other countries that FAMSA is less represented. And then also try to give emphasis on capacity building. You can see I've made mention of the Median Prof. Bala Capacity Building Academy that is going to be launched next Saturday on 1st February, which is an intention to build more global health leaders amongst African medical students, and then also try to see how we can mobilize more resources so that we can be able to be implementing our programs with ease and with a lot of impact, and then also putting emphasis on policy development, policy compliance, and governance, because we believe policies, especially the internet, guide the affairs of the association to be able to maintain standards. And then, of course, set some governance around so that compliance is going to be ensured. And then also do a lot of work on collaboration and partnership. So this is a kind of a picture of the FAMSA 3-year strategic plan, which is going to be more guiding our activities this year. And then also to tell you more about how FAMSA have grown over the years is becoming a stakeholder in the public health sphere in Africa. Because I would love to tell you that FAMSA is a non-state actor at the WHO Regional Office of Africa. Over the years, we have been presenting our policy statement, which is one of our ways of advocating for what we believe as African medical students at a continental level and at a very high level meetings as such. And then also we've had collaborations and collaboration and programs together with Africa CDC. Recently, we participated in the Model World Health Assembly in 2024. We've been participating in continental public health conferences, and FAMSA's program, as you can be able to see, has been trying to address continental public health concerns. So that's a little bit about, giving you a highlight on how FAMSA is a public health stakeholder in the region. So getting involved, this is not very relevant to you guys because already you are involved. So just to tell you, welcome to FAMSA, and we really can't wait to see the beautiful works you are going to be contributing to the association. So then to give you a kind of a hint and as a form of encouragement on why you should put a lot of effort and be of your best that you can in while serving FAMSA, is that FAMSA offers you a capacity building that is unmatched. I believe FAMSA is one of the best, a fertile land for growth for every African medical student to be, because in FAMSA you are challenged, not challenged in the physical way, you are challenged to improve your capacity on so many things, improve on your technical skills, improve on your tools usage, and improve on your soft skills, because it's only through initiatives as that of FAMSA that you can be able to put in your abilities and realize your potentials. Another point why you should serve FAMSA with a lot of excellence is the career development. FAMSA sets you ahead, it gives you a lot of edge in your career. And then also because FAMSA is very interested and tries to put emphasis on the impact that our programs does, so it does not allow you to, it does not waste your resources, your time and energy that you put in FAMSA, it translates to impact. So please be of your best whilst having FAMSA. Welcome to FAMSA, and looking forward to working with each and every one of you. You can connect with me on my email that is there, and then I invite you to our website so that you understand more about FAMSA, our previous works, and how best you can maximize the platform. Thank you so very much, and back to you, Aisha.
Okay, thank you very much, Mohammed, for this wonderful presentation. And the most part of it I enjoyed is actually the part where you were saying, where you were telling them why they should, the benefits rather of taking part in FAMSA. And I must say the best part of it is the skills you learn actually. One of the, okay, I won't say the best. The best would be the best is the people you meet. Actually, the best is the people you meet. You make a lot of friends. You make friends that turn into family. Actually, that is the you know a different people all around, and then the skills you are talking about actually taking part in activities like this taught me how to talk. Before I had glossophobia, now I can talk thanks to volunteering. So thank you very much, Muhammad. So without taking much the time, please, I hope you have your questions written down. We'll move next to the next presentation. And then at the end of all of it, we will have our overall Q&A session. So our next presenter is, okay, Muhammad, do you have any other thing to say?
Yes, sorry guys, I will have to leave now. I have to go back to my practicals because I was only given 10 minutes. I've spent like over 30 minutes, so it was an amazing evening meeting with all of you, and I can't wait to meet with you guys again. So please pardon me to take my leave now, and I wish you a successful session.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President, and we also wish you a very successful practical. Goodbye.
All right, thank you so very much. I don't know, I was recording before. Maybe if I leave, it could stop recording. Please, can you get me take care of that, Aisha?
Okay, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, I had to start goodbye again. So now moving forward to our next presentation, we have work ethics in FAMSA by Mr. Bonaventure Machuka, who is our Vice President. And as Mr. Bon is preparing and get ready to have the stage, I would be telling us a little bit about Mr. Bon. So Mr. Bon is, sorry, Bonaventure is a senior medical student at Moi University, Kenya, committed to advancing health equity, health resilience, global sustainability, and peace. His passion for diplomacy, advocacy, and evidence-informed policy has enabled him to represent the Federation of African Medical Students Association at international forums, where he contributed to shaping policies on health, climate change, and policies. His academic journey is enriched by impactful research in the exp in the expense in the expanse sorry, of public health and global health. His work blends the principles of the inner development goals, such as compassion, resilience, and collaborative mindset, with his advocacy for the Sustainable Development Goals. He has had the honor of delivering statements at the esteemed platforms such as the WHO Regional Committee for Africa and United Nations, addressing pressing global issues like vaccine equity, climate change, gender-based violence, and humanitarian crisis. His work also extends to the treaty lobbying and advocating for young-driven change in health and for health and leadership. Through collaboration with global leaders, academic mentors, and non-state actors, he strives to build partnerships that drive impactful solutions guided by dedication, and he envisions a future where health, peace, and sustainability are accessible to all, powered by research and collective action. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see all hands around clapping together for Mr. Bonventure Machuka, our FAMSA Vice President. You're very much welcome. You have the stage. Our ears are all open to listen to what you have to share with us today. Mr. Bon, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Aisha and General Secretary. It's indeed an honor to have the platform here, but it's also a privilege and humbling at the same time because uh, whoever we are in this meeting, we are just the determinants of the healthcare systems. We are the determinants of the health outcomes, the public health, and the global health status of our continent. So honestly, it's really humbling to get a good introduction, but I'm sure inside this meeting we have very, very, very key people who are really motivated. I'm sure your fresh perspective really provides FAMSA with one of the best, working committees that we might need. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll proceed to give this talk about work ethics in FAMSA. But honestly, like I feel like ethics is one of the most straightforward thing, but it's being ignored. I think there's a concept called inner development goals. I know most of the people know something called sustainable development goals. So when we talk about inner development goals, the basics of humanity, and I feel like ethics stem from there. How do we conduct ourselves? How do we relate with each other? How do we communicate with each other? How and when to communicate with each other? So that is ethics, simply straightforward. So this is not gonna last for long. Honestly, I'm gonna give you that assurance. Like, it's just 7 slides, and feel free to interrupt me. Anyone in the audience, you can raise your hand and interrupt me if you want to give an input. This is not a lecture, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll proceed to share my objective for the presentation. So this is it here. That's just to encourage active participation and accountability in the federation, of course. And then also the second one is just to encourage commitment to the FAMSA mission. Yeah, that's it. So when we proceed, what does ethics cover? Responsibilities, your responsibility as a committee member. At the same time, your responsibility as an executive member, how you relate with one another. And then there's the second concept of evaluation. Evaluation, see now, ethics like is a double bridge. Wherever, like how you are relating with the stakeholders, different partners, your colleagues in the working groups, and then how are you evaluating what somebody is doing? For example, you're going to work on a project. How are you going to evaluate what your colleague is doing or whichever task you've been given? And then the most important thing is conduct, professionalism. Professionalism is one of the best things you can ever do. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll move to the principles of ethics and then maybe the expectations. But these are my views and my research or things I've gone around, but I believe this is what works everywhere. So the core principles, integrity. So what is integrity? Of course, it's honesty and transparency in all activities you're doing. Nobody's gonna beat you. We are adults. Nobody's gonna beat you and say like, today, you didn't do this and this and this. No, 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 no. Nobody's gonna beat you. So you just focus on be honest, transparent, and then be accountable for whichever decision you make, for whichever step you take. Yeah. And then also commitment, of course, you have to be dedicated to what FAMSA's mission and objectives are. And this is why you enrolled here. Of course, you beat, I don't want to use the term beat, but you squared other people for you to get this post, for you to get this portfolio platform. The other people who didn't make it into this meeting. So yeah, you have to be committed, of course. And then respect. Yeah, so they say respect is earned, of course, and trust is built. So yeah. You have to ensure inclusivity, the diversity and equal opportunities in whatever you are doing, distribution of work and giving out opportunities, and even attention, something like attention. So there should be those factors. We are in the era of inclusivity, equality, and innovation. So all these things really matter. And then, of course, under professionalism, you have to adhere to the set guidelines and standards of leadership conduct. And basically, that is just the principles we've just said before. And then, what will be the expectations, of course, from the executive council, from the leadership, from the partners, from even the student body? Of course, there should be fair decision-making processes involved. Avoid conflict of interest, that you want to promote something, for example, that's, is against what other people would, the unfairness, the unfairness. So don't declare conflict of interest where you feel like there is declared you have like the conflict of interest. You better leave that decision for the other participants. Proper communication and collaboration, like collaboration with stakeholders and your fellow teammates, or committee, or even with the executive. Collaboration is key. Like, we are not in a competition, we are not in any race. As I said, we are all med students, we are all healthcare workers. You might be my employer maybe in the next decade. Yeah. So yeah, we need to treat each other with decorum. And then, of course, confidentiality and ethical representation. You have to keep things to flow in order. You don't need to get information, you're overexcited, you are revealing it out there and stuff like this. So yeah. I'll move on to the best practices that I've seen in different experiences I've had. One thing is, you lead by example. Demonstrate this by our own actions. We must work, like, deliver the work ethic. Whatever you applied, the CV you applied there, it should reflect on their actions. And then transparent communication with stakeholders, colleagues, and leaderships. It's really important. And then encouraging a culture of honesty and integrity. In any system where a culture of honesty and integrity is implemented or is being practiced, there is success. There is reduced frustrations or regrets. And then there is, of course, developments that occur, and we have a happy population, a happy leadership. And honestly, like, we can attest, we are all from different African countries. My own country, I can use it as an example. As the young people, we are not happy with what we are seeing in our leadership. That is the political class, and we can never run away from the politics, essentially. So culture of honesty and integrity, and then, of course, be fearless. Yeah. Just point out what is not right. You have to call it out. Yeah. Of course, there are steps followed when you are trying to pursue this accountability and all this responsibility for people to be brought to account. Yeah. And then also inclusivity, as I said, and fairness in decision making. What is inclusivity? It's just a term. Sometimes you might be saying a term. Who are you including? You are considering where are people coming from. Inclusivity can be under decisions. What do you feel like we are weighing? Not decision, but opinion. Like, a decision is not an opinion. And when you get an opinion from somebody else, you have to honor it. You have to listen. You have to also take, like, put yourself in their shoes. We have different perspectives. We have different diversity. And that's the beauty of even these meetings. Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, that is my presentation. I don't have much to say to you guys. If somebody would like to say something, honestly, that is it. And this is always like our motto, vision, encouragement towards an improvement of health in Africa. So I want to encourage you to approach this whole thing with an open-mindedness. Of course, I know you people have like that new energy, innovative ideas, fresh mind. So once you face it like with like an open mind, of course, your journey will not only enhance your personal professional growth, but also contribute to meaningful change that we expect in our continent, in our health systems, in our different nations. So once again, congratulations on your well-deserved, of course, appointment. Yeah, looking forward to working with you, especially those in the technical working groups. We'll be working direct, and then also together, let us champion for advancement, empowerment, youth empowerment, sustainable development, of course, in our continent and in our respective communities. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Aisha. Back to you, and I'll gladly answer any question or welcome any input. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Convention, uh for the presentation. Brief, but each and everything you need to say is just said. Everything is highlighted. And from now on, I would quote from the words of Mr. Bond, who said, "Be honest, we are all adults. Nobody will beat you." I actually, that's true. Be honest, no, we are all adults. Nobody will beat you. Do your work. Don't. One of the most, let me, if I can use the word annoying thing, is that when you are working with someone in a project or something, and you are putting your best efforts into it, and then that person ghosts you and then doesn't confront you and tell you that, okay, I'm facing this and I would like some extra time or space. Okay, it's very good to communicate, and it's very good to be honest when you're working with someone, and also just be yourself and be accountable. Be also, if you're a most especially if you're a leader, you need to have inclusivity within your committee members or whoever you're working with, and then treat everyone equally and give each and every one of your members equal opportunities for them to be heard, and for them to be mentored and guided too. Thank you very much, Mr. Bond. A very, very nice presentation. So we'll quickly rush to the next presentation. And then I hope you guys are still noting down your questions. After the whole presentations, we'll collectively answer all questions, and the next presentation will be on time management, a very, very important topic. So while the presenter is preparing to unmute, I would give a brief introduction of who our presenter is today. Today our presenter is no other than Dr. Umar Muhammad Nambuba, who is, as I described before, during volunteering, the most exciting part of it is meeting people. And he's actually among the people I met as a mentor, and I'm very glad I met because of volunteering. So Dr. Umar Muhammad is an accomplished medical doctor and a passionate advocate for global health and equity, with a strong background in leadership and mentorship. He has dedicated his career to improving healthcare access for underserved populations and addressing systemic disparities within the healthcare system. Dr. Dambuba currently serves as the chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association NME Committee on Young and Early Career Doctors, where he champions the professional growth and development of emerging healthcare and professionals. He is also the nominee representing Zamfara Central in the Nigerian Youth Parliament, reflecting his commitment to youth empowerment and national development. A trailblazer in his field, Dr. Dambuba was elected president of the Nigerian Medical Student Association in 2021, during which he demonstrated visionary leadership and achieved numerous milestones. Among his notable initiatives was the establishment of the Emerging Leaders Forum, a platform designed to inspire and nurture the next generation of healthcare leaders. His exceptional contributions have earned him numerous accolades, including the prestigious Royal African Award from the Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, and a well-deserved gift of a brand new car in recognition of his impactful service. Known for his integrity, perseverance, and unwavering dedication to excellence, Dr. Dambuba stands out as a trusted leader, a role model, well prepared for greater responsibilities on both national and international stages. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you, Dr. Dr. Umar Muhammad Dambuba. Please, I want to see hands clapping. I want to see clapping hands flying all around because why not? Why not? Like our presenter deserves it. So, Mr. or should I say Dr. Dambuba, thank you for joining us. And you have the floor.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please, am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are, sir. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Aisha, for the honor of, this wonderful introduction. You are the golden voice of FAMSA and a powerful orator and a working encyclopedia. I think teamwork without coordination leads to confusion. This is a well-coordinated session. We are very proud of you. The Executive Council members, under the able leadership of the President Muhammad Jafar, the Standing Committee Directors, the Executives Director of the Headquarters, Medical Association's Presidents here, the General Assembly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you all. I bring to you warm felicitations and greetings from the Nigerian Medical Association as the chairman of the Young and Early Career Doctors. I want to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to all the FAMSA executives and the appointees for this historic accomplishment under the remarkable leadership of President Jafar. Your dedication and commitment have set the tone for an extraordinary administration, one poised to make FAMSA the envy of all. Now is the time to give your very best and inscribe your names on the marble of gold with a golden pen. I have witnessed your passion and focus, and I am confident in the success that lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, I am saddled with the responsibility of making a presentation to these young, inspiring leaders on the topic, Mastering Time Management for FAMSA Leaders. Optimizing productivity for effective leadership. I want to begin by introducing this concept. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, what is time management? Please, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're very much audible.
Thank you very much. Time management is the ability to plan and control how you spend your hours in a day to effectively accomplish your goals. Time management is the ability to plan and control. Time management is the ability to plan and control how you spend your hours in a day to effectively accomplish your goals. So it's about using each and every minute and hour in the 24 hours we have and to accomplish our desired goals. Why does time management matter? As FAMSA officers, your roles require balancing leadership, academics, and personal life. You have a responsibility, to balance the leadership, your academics, and your personal life. Efficient time management ensures productivity, reduces stress, and improves your overall impact. Ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the challenges of time management? One is balancing academic responsibilities with leadership roles, managing deadlines for reports, meetings, and events, procrastination and distractions, e.g. the social media, overcommitting to multiple tasks or projects. These are some of the challenges of time management. For example, a FAMSA officer has a leadership meeting and a research project deadline on the same day. poor time management can lead to missed deadlines or ineffective participation. So, what are the principles of time management? The principles of time management are as follows. 1, you have to prioritize tasks. 2, use the Eisenhower matrix, who categorizes tasks into 4 categories. 1, there are tasks that are urgent and important, e.g., is submitting a funding proposal. Like when you have a funding proposal that you need to submit, this is an urgent and an important task. He later categorized it into another category, not urgent but important, e.g., planning an outreach. When you have an outreach to plan, it is important but it's not urgent. Urgent but not important, like responding to non-critical emails. When you have non-critical emails, you have to respond to them, but this is neither urgent nor an too important issue. Then there are those that are not urgent and not important, like unnecessary meetings. So you have to categorize these tasks into various categories. Which ones are the urgent and important, non-urgent but important, urgent but not important, not urgent and not important. You have to set SMART goals. You have to set goals that are specific, they are measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For you to have your KPIs right, you must have these SMART goals. Your goals must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be achievable, they must be relevant, and time-bound. You have to break down tasks. Divide larger projects into smaller, actionable steps. Then you have to use time blocks. Dedicate specific periods for focused work without interruption. For instance, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Saturday, I will focus solely on preparing FAMSA reports. So, which means you have dedicated this specific periods, you don't have any interaction, and you are going to meet up with these deadlines. Please, am I audible?
Yes, I am very much audible.
Okay, sorry for the little interruption. Then you must have the tools and techniques for time management. What are the various tools and techniques that you may use to have a proper time management? Use scheduling tools. For instance, you should have a Google Calendar, a Microsoft Outlook, or FAMSA's internal planning tools. You should plan on what you need to do. You can use the Pomodoro technique. This work that you should be able to work for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. After 4 cycles, then you take longer break. Like when you have a very bigger task to do, which requires about an hour. So after working for 25 minutes, you might be a little bit tired, then take 5 minutes break. Then after 4 cycles of working for 25 minutes and taking 5 minutes break, then you should take a longer break. This is the Pomodoro technique. Then you have to have practical examples. You have to preparing meeting agendas with focus and intervals. Then you must be able to delegate tasks. When you have a task, you have to assign roles to your team members. Trust them to deliver on their strengths. For example, delegate event logistics to your assistant while you focus on the strategy. You must have a track of your time. Use applications to track your time. You must have practical. Now I'm going to give you some practical examples for FAMSA officers. One is the first scenario is when preparing for a conference, you need to break down the various responsibilities for the conference. One is for the research of the theme, you may use the first week to conduct a research on the theme. The second week, maybe you collaborate with team members on the content. And the third week, you review the presentation. So you have to break down those tasks so that it will not be cumbersome and it will give you unnecessary stress. But when you break them, okay, within the first week, you are going to have the research on the theme. You are going to the second week, you will collaborate with team members on the content. And the third week, you will have to review the presentations. Another scenario is balancing leadership and exams. First, you have to prioritize critical leadership responsibilities. That's urgent ones with deadlines. Then you have to do a block study times in your daily schedule, then delegate non-urgent tasks to fellow FAMSA members. Managing meeting, that's another scenario. You have to use a shared calendar to avoid clashes, limit meeting durations with a pre-planned agenda, then record meetings for team members who cannot attend. So this is part of it. Like now, the president is having a session. So this meeting, it's been recorded. He can be able to come up, listen to the meeting, and he'll be able to have a clear view of what transpired. Then next is, what are some of the time wasters and how to avoid them? Common time wasters, it's you scrolling on the social media during our work hours, prolonged unstructured meetings. When you have a meeting that is not structured, then multitasking without a focus. What are some of the solutions? You set time limits for non-essential tasks, create agendas for meetings to keep them concise, then focus on one task at a time for better efficiency. What are the building habits for long-term success? We start with morning routine. Plan your day first thing in the morning. Then, for example, you have to check, like when you start with a morning routine, you check emails, you outline 3 top priorities, and you schedule tasks. How do you then reflect and adjust? Spend 5 minutes at the end of each day to review accomplishments and plan for tomorrow. Say no when necessary. Avoid overloading yourself with tasks that are not aligned with your goals. What are the benefits of effective time management for FAMSA officers? One is it enhances productivity and organizational impact. It gives a better balance between academic, professional, and personal life. Then it increases credibility, leadership, efficiency. In conclusion, and a call for action, mastering time management is essential for your success as a FAMSA officer and beyond. Start implementing the principles and techniques we discussed today. Remember, time management is not about doing more, but doing what matters most. Time management is not about doing more, but what matters most. So you have to have a scale of preference, arrangement of wants in order of their own priority. Do the most important things, and less relevant things, you leave them. You shouldn't be able to pile up things for yourself. You have to categorize and see things that are important, that's worth your own time. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Dr. Bambuba, for the wonderful speech. You've highlighted a lot of important key points when it comes to time management, really. And as you said, time management is very essential as a medical student who is medical school alone can 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 squeeze life out of you, not to talk about leadership and then joining them together. So as a medical student, it's very important. And as we can see, our FAMSA president before joining us had a practical and then a meeting at the same time. So he took excuse for some minutes, presented his presentation and then went back. These are all just calculations we keep on doing day to day. I as well, for example, I actually ran away from class so that I can anchor this meeting and then wrote attendance and left my logbook there for my friend to give it for signing. So it's all about it's a tool you get to okay, how you first know what is possible and then know how you can get best out of both situations. So thank you very much, sir. That was very, very, very insightful, and there was a whole knowledge packed in the few words you've shared with us. So I would like us to now proceed to the questions and answers. session. And okay, sorry, before the question and answers, we have EC members here as well, and I very much believe that someone will definitely have something to contribute from the variety of topics we have presented today, even though these are our three topics, but advices are welcome. So I'll give, let's say, let's give 8 minutes, and then if if there is an advice any of the EC members is interested in sharing with our appointed FAMSA officers, you're welcome to unmute. If not, then we move forward to the next item on the agenda. Okay, Teresa, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Doctor, for this amazing presentation. I don't have a lot to add, maybe emphasize that we need to learn to prioritize our activities, have everything well organized so we don't get lost along the way. So I know in the beginning you might feel a little bit lost because we have school, we have to be in the hospital. At the same time, we want to make a real life impact through FAMSA. So we need to be well organized. If you don't have a planner, please buy one. Or if you prefer the digital one, please start using it so you can see what you need to do and which time or how many hours you will allocate for certain activities and learn to prioritize your goals. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Teresa. So I think the meantime we'll proceed with okay, yes, Wahida.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. Thank you so much, Doctor, for the wonderful presentation. Thank you to you all who presented us today. So what I wanted to say is I want to advise the all selected new members in their respective positions that you need to learn how to communicate, because this, you are not alone. You are not work as you are working with people's in order to make sure that we build a gigantic FAMSA. So you need to learn how to communicate. Just if you can see yourself that I can't do this, you just communicate, tell your fellow. If you can't, maybe he can't, maybe she can do it. So you must learn how to communicate. So for me, that's it. And try to be punctual and time management, as Doctor said, need to. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you. Over to you, Aisha.
Thank you very much, Wahida. That is a very powerful message communication within team members. Thank you. So, meanwhile, in case anyone has a contribution, we can raise up their hands. But meanwhile, let's start with the questions and answers before then. So, dear FAMSA members, dear Afro-medics, who would give us the honor of listening to their beautiful voice this evening and giving us the pleasure of a question. I believe we have listened, we have understood, and then we might have some questions here and there that we need clarification with. So please, if you have a question, you can raise up your hand, then you'll be permitted to unmute. I can't see any hands up. So no one has a question. So it's either we've understood it all or understood, okay, I see one hand, or understood none. So I see one hand. Okay, Mr. Bond, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Aisha. Like, I would like to reiterate, like, they can type the questions on the chat, but if they like would want to do direct clarification, obviously they can reach out to the EC, of course, via email, even the WhatsApp contact. So I'm sure this is like a long time, like engagement. We just began today, so yeah, I hope we didn't overwhelm you with much information, but I wish you all the best in the tenure. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bon. Yes, Bon is right. You can reach out. This is not only a 1 year interaction, maybe a lifelong interaction. So the room will always be open for questions, but at this instance, if there is any, you can forward your question, and also you can chat in the chat box. In case you don't want us to hear your beautiful voice, so you can just chat your message in the chat box and I'll read it out and okay, meanwhile, before I see any raised hand, I would also like to add a little contribution. So to our dear appointed FAMSA officers, I would like you to know that there are no limits to anything you can, or like anything you can do. You determine your limits, and the difference between you here and being there is only you like trying or attempting to move you might actually, you never know how far you can go until you have taken the next step, and then the next step after the first. So also that nothing is perfect. To be honest, nothing is perfect, and there are a lot of times that we avoid. We're not, we're afraid of trying something because we think we're not going to be perfect at it, or it's not going to appear as perfect, or we're not going to be good as much in it, or as much like someone is. So to be honest, the goal is just for you to improve yourself. As long as you're improving, that's it. There's nothing like perfection. That's the goal, man. If you are not perfect and then you are not willing to take the path for you to improve yourself, like you're way far close to perfection, attaining perfection, if that is what you really want to, but then it's okay. You don't really need to be perfect. And then also reach out, ask questions, and or something I want to add to when it comes to reaching out and asking questions, be stubborn when it comes to reaching out and asking questions. Not okay, one, two DM, and then to be honest, let me give myself as an example. I'm very bad when it comes to social media. The only social media I'm active in is WhatsApp, and I'm not impressive at all. So sometimes when you reach out once and then the person responds, it's not a way of the person trying to discourage you. Rather, that is the way someone that is the way someone is in that space, if I'm to put it that way. So be stubborn when it comes to asking questions, and then all of us are medical students, and we have a lot and lot and lot aside these FAMSA activities we take part in. There are also personal stuff, school stuff, and also when it comes to learning and asking questions, it's something that you shouldn't be shy of being stubborn with it. Also, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Have buffer time and know what you can and cannot do within the limit of time and capability you have. So don't give yourself unrealistic expectations. Like one of our presenters said, you should have smart goals. Your goals should be smart in a way that they are specific. Time. I'm very tired from school and talking. I've forgotten what SMART stands for. Specific, time bond. What is the A? Okay, you can search it out after this conversation. But the whole essence is for you to understand that you should take it easy on yourself to and rest when there is need, so that you can refill yourself and then come back stronger. I'm still yet to see any hands raised, or do you all guys? Yes, there would be you that you will be shared. The recorded video will be shared with you. The one question in the chat box. So I'll give 1 minute for question. I've been extending my talk, even though I've been enjoying it. I've been extending it so that I can see a single person raising up their hands, but I'm still yet to. So I'll give a minute silence if there isn't any question, and then have our remarks and end the session for today. Yes, Dr. Nambuba.
Okay, thank you very much, please. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, on a final note, it's been a pleasure interacting with this group of young African leaders who are passionate in making a difference, who are optimistic in an Africa we all want to see. It's on this note I want to encourage you to build an association that you'll all be proud of. This Federation of the African Medical Students Associations. It's a very good grooming grounds that you'll be able to acquire the skills and learn the act of leadership. Leadership shouldn't be accidental, it should be deliberate. People should prepare for responsibilities. As doctors, you are leaders in your own space and in your own position. So the earlier we realize we need to learn the art of leadership, the better it becomes for the health system, for the entire African space. Build an organization that the entire world will want FAMSA to participate because of its repetition, organization, formidability, and the unity we all have. So this session is just a ray of light in a dark forest. It will reveal everything at once, but it will give a sufficient light for the next step to be rightly taken. It's on this note, I urge you to build an association that you'll all be proud of. It's an honor speaking to you this evening, and I've seen young, dedicated people who will make a difference. May what you are doing today be a legacy that you'll be remembered for years after you must have left this system and become all doctors and impacted. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thanks for the honor. Long live health profession. Long live FAMSA. Thank you, Aisha Abakar, for this well-coordinated session. It has always been a pleasure listening to your golden voice, your coordination, and how you mix it so lively and other things. Thank you, and God bless.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your informative words. Thank you. And thank you for for joining us today and being amongst us. So I think now we'll conclude the session, and then I would hand over to our headquarters administrator, Mr. Dimeji, to please come forward and give us the closing remarks. So thank you, everyone. And Mr. Dimeji, please, you have the floor.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Once again, thank you very much for attending today's session. So, as first, I really appreciate Dr. Danduba, our guest speaker, for creating time in his busy schedule, out of busy schedule, to share important tips on how to best manage our time. And he truly exemplified his tips during this presentation. I also like to appreciate Bob Venture, the Vice President, for familiarizing us with FAMSA work ethics. I also appreciate the President, Mohamed Sajafar, for introducing FAMSA to us all once again. And also, my thanks go to members of the Executive Council for joining today's session. And to our all our new officers, I appreciate your presence in today's sessions and your dedication shown through your quality applications. We are all FAMSA's ambassadors and engine, and we are here on behalf of ourselves, our MSAs, our states, our countries, and Africa at large. So let's ensure we put up or put in our best to take FAMSA to greater heights. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. It was nice having you.